a little bit later.
Okay.
So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris Hanks, or Crypto Kris, as I am referred to in the industry. And Joe and I, say hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Are going to be the ones to give you your KryptoGeneX presentation today. We're going to be the ones that will actually open the Bitcoin revolution for you. But before we get started today, I'd like to just kind of give you a glimpse into my past, a little bit of my Bitcoin background, if I will. So we're going to go back to about 6 years ago, and I was retired for the second time in my life, and was very fortunate and happy to be able to do so. And the universe laughed at me and said, nope, you're not going to be retired. Your mom is sick and you're going to go take care of her. So, you know, being the good son that I am, I packed up all of my things in Florida, and in 3 days, we listed the house with a realtor, got rid of it, and were on the road to Virginia. I tell you this because Kathy Keene and I happen to be really good friends, and we keep in touch, and we've known each other for years. And it just so happened that she called me about 6 months later and wanted to, you know, check on me, see how I was doing, basically a welfare check, if you will, just make sure that I was still sane. And we talked for about 45 minutes. At the end of that 45 minutes, Kathy said, Chris, I need you to do me a favor. I said, what's that, Kathy? She said, I want you to buy a Bitcoin. I said, a what? She said, a Bitcoin. I said, I don't even know what that is. She said, don't worry about what it is. It's $23. Just buy one. Now, most of you don't know me very well, but you'll get to know me as you join KryptoGeneX and you immerse yourself into this arena. What you'll find out about me is that had I taken just a few minutes to stop and pause my life and listen to Kathy for about 5 minutes, not only would I have bought that $23 Bitcoin, but I probably would have thrown somewhere around $500 at it, and I had a whole lot of those. And you and I would probably be having a different conversation at the moment. But like I said, the universe makes no mistakes. So it didn't happen. We're going to fast forward 5 years, and now I've taken care of my mom, my dad, my mother-in-law, and my grandmother, and closed out all of their estates. And I'm at my home that I've purchased, remodeled, and I'm breathing well. Been breathing well for about 6 months. Everything's paid for. Life is good. We get up when we want to. We go to bed when we want to. Life is fantastic. Retirement is for me. The universe laughs again, says, not so fast. You're not retired yet. This time, the universe delivered me a 7-year-old special needs little boy. I would not change that moment for anything in the world. However, it's a lot different when you're a retired couple. You know, when you've got your residual income coming in and your investment set up and your stocks and your savings and all of this stuff is all set. It's set for retirement. Well, you know, we got to talking and we said, you know, this could get hairy. It doesn't take long when you have a child for money to get gone. Then we got to talking just a little bit deeper, and we realized, you know, this child is going to need our protection, our support long after we're gone. We need to do something about this. So we were talking about what we were going to do. How were we going to change the future to take care of this little boy? And both of us decided that neither one of us wanted to go back to work. See, at the bottom of our resume, it says does not play well with others. And really what that means is we don't like to be told what to do. So that really wasn't an option. So we were talking back and forth, and we had been talking with Kathy on and off for the past 5 years or so, whatever. We knew she was still in the Bitcoin world. So I picked up the phone, I called Kathy and I said, hey girl. She said, hey. I said, you know, you've got some information I need. She's like, what's that? I said, well, you remember that $23 Bitcoin? I want to get some of those. She laughed. I mean, literally belly laughed at me. She said, honey, they're not $23 anymore. Those are long gone. I said, okay, well, how much are they? She said, well, they're about $18.50 right now. I said, $18.50? She's like, no, $1,850. I'm like, oh, okay. So long story short, we talked for about 45 minutes, and she had several different options, but she asked me a couple of key questions. I'm going to let you know what those were. The first question she asked me was, Chris, what do you want to do? And I said, you know, Kathy, I don't really know what I want to do, but I know what I don't want to do. I don't want to go back to work. I don't want to build a team. I don't want to get into direct sales or marketing. And really, if I had my way, I would just take some of the money that I already have and I would water it and fertilize it and watch it grow. If that's possible, that's what I'm looking for. She laughed and she said, I think I know what we need to do. And she introduced me to the first company that I joined the Bitcoin revolution with. Now, what's funny about that is over the past year or so, I've had some really great success. I've also hit some speed bumps and had some losses. Okay. And what I can say about that, guys and gals, is this: if it weren't for the fact that Kathy was my mentor and she protected and shielded me from a lot of the things that I was thinking about doing in the industry, because she had the knowledge and she had the know that I didn't, she kept me from getting really hurt. Now, that sounds like a love story, I know. And it kind of is, because I really do love her. But the point is that she does that not just for me because I'm her friend. She does that for everyone that she mentors. So what I'm trying to tell you is that KryptoGeneX was in business long before it was a company, because the mentality of the core five, the four partners that are with Kathy, are all about the same. So with that being said, Joe's going to give you just a little bit of education on Bitcoin.
All right. In 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the world's first global decentralized cryptocurrency. In 2009, Bitcoin's value was less than a penny, like 0.0008, I think. In 2010, Bitcoin was valued at 40 cents to the dollar. So it went from less than a penny, way less, to 40 cents. In, what is that? 2010, yeah, there we go. Not very long at all. Then in 2016, Bitcoin was valued at $600. All right, 6 years, went from 40 cents to $600. That's pretty good. Now in 2018, Bitcoin, it's fluctuating right around 9 grand. It's been hanging right there for a while. Now, look at it like this. If you would have invested $100 in Bitcoin in 2009, today, it'd be worth about 1.5 million. What do you think about that, Kris?
That's some pretty major cash right there, buddy.
I'm telling you.
So, Joe, what I want to talk to you about here is real simple. Everybody that's watching this presentation right now, they kind of know these people at the top, okay? They know their story. They know where they came from. They kind of know how they got there, all right? Okay. But what really, really is inspiring to me is these three things at the bottom. If you take a look at that one on the left, Uber, they're the largest transportation company in the world, and they don't own any cars, bro. Not one single car. Now, Amazon. Most people realize that Amazon started out as just a bookstore. Bookstores started closing all over the United States. Next thing you know, you got Amazon everywhere. And then guess what happened? They became the largest retail chain, and they don't own any stores.
That's crazy.
So then, right? Exactly. There's a theme here, bro. There's a theme.
Yeah.
So, then as Joe told you on the last slide, Bitcoin started out at about 0.008, and it is now at $9,000. And last year, we actually saw that price increase all the way to 20 grand. I got to tell you, this is phenomenal, and there is a theme, and you'll figure it out in just a second. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Kris.
What do you know?
Hey, Kris, I know that it's no fun being on the outside looking in.
It absolutely is not, brother. And you know what? We've both been this guy standing here with our phone in our hand, scratching our chin, looking at that door. All those people behind that door, Joe, they already know what's going on. They are already participating in Bitcoin and crypto. You and I, we were trying to figure out how to get involved with it,
Yeah, just wondering what all those people are doing in there, having all that fun, making all that money. We're out there in the cold. Man, it's rough.
So this is what's going to happen. KryptoGeneX is going to give you the solution. They've got the key to the lock to that Bitcoin door, and they're going to open it for the world and teach everyone about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency.
Well, Kris, what is Bitcoin?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Joe. Bitcoin's a decentralized digital currency.
Okay. Well, is it real?
It is absolutely real, brother. Japan is doing 40% of its retail just in cryptocurrencies and Bitcoins.
Wow, that's a lot. So am I too late to get into this thing then?
You know what I say? Timing is everything. And Joe, most people don't realize that 2017 was the year of the big price in Bitcoin, but it was also something even worse. okay, or bigger, if I can say that. It was
Hmm.
bigger because people came in and they stole Bitcoin. It disappeared. They lied to
Oh,
people. They created all kinds of scams. The mafia came in and broke legs and busted up arms. It was bad, okay? And I'm joking about the second part of that, but
yeah.
what I'm trying to say is that all of this was able to happen, Joe, because KryptoGeneX didn't exist and no one was teaching people about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So now, 2018, 2019, you are right on time.
All right. I like that. But, Kris, how do I buy this? How do I buy Bitcoin?
That is an excellent question. Most people don't know that you can walk right up to a Bitcoin ATM and you can put money in it and it will give you Bitcoin, sir. Also, you can do what's called an exchange and you can buy cryptos and Bitcoins on exchanges. Now, this is a little bit easier. You can do it from the comfort of your own home.
Well, that's cool. So, so I know that it's real now, and you told me that I'm not too late to get in and how I can get it and everything, but where do I spend it? How do I spend it?
Well, that's the most fun of all. I mean, what's the good in making it if you can't spend it, right?
Well, exactly. Exactly,
All right.
Kris.
So let's talk about that for a second. We have these things called Swift cards and BitPay cards, and I
Hmm.
think probably 20 or 30 other cards out there. And
Okay.
basically, Joe, all you're going to do is you're just going to shift some of your cryptocurrency over
Okay.
to that card. It's going to transform itself, if you will, for the lack of a better term, back into fiat currency, and
Okay.
then just use that card anywhere that Visa is accepted.
Wait, so I use it just like a Visa? Like my
Absolutely.
normal credit card, my normal debit card, anything like that?
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's cool.
Hmm. So
Welcome
welcome
to
to
CryptoGen.
CryptoGeneX, the global training center that is going to teach the world about Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, ICOs, market trends, the blockchain, and so much more. Joe, this is phenomenal.
That's it. So, Kris, what's going on over there at CryptoGeneX?
Well, CryptoGeneX decided that they were going to teach the world about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency.
All right.
And they decided that the easiest way to do that was going to be through streaming video. Some of the things that they're going to teach you in that streaming video is how to buy your first Satoshi, how to
Okay.
store your Bitcoin safely in a crypto wallet. And guess what, Joe? That crypto wallet's not the one you sit on in your back pocket, okay?
Okay.
They're going to teach you how to purchase and sell Bitcoin, all about the blockchain technology, how to trade cryptocurrencies, and even get in on ICOs if that's your thing, and a lot more.
I got a question for you, Kris. That was
Yes,
a
sir.
lot of information there, buddy. Okay,
Hmm.
let's start off with this real quick. What's a Satoshi?
I'm glad you asked. A Satoshi is the smallest part of a Bitcoin that you can buy. It's actually one millionth of a Bitcoin. And did you know that with Bitcoin around the 9,000 range today, if you
Hmm.
wanted to invest in Bitcoin, you could actually buy Satoshis instead of buying the whole Bitcoin.
Oh, so I don't have to spend $9,000.
Correct.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
looks like here you have a crypto training package. Is that right,
We
Kris?
absolutely do, brother.
All right. It looks like that includes 3 modules. You're going to have
Hmm.
Bitcoin 101, which is 15 lessons.
Hmm.
Then we have cryptocurrency, which is 15 lessons, and crypto advanced, which is 15 lessons. Is that right?
Hmm. That is
Okay.
absolutely right.
Man, that kind of looks to me like something like maybe junior high is that first 15 lessons at Bitcoin 101. Then you're going to maybe graduate to high school. Is that the next 15 lessons in cryptocurrency?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Okay. Then, so crypto advanced, that final 15 lessons, so that's 45 in all. That's once you get finished with that, that's kind of like a college level education there, isn't it?
Yes, sir. And
Oh, that's
guess
pretty
what?
cool. So,
At the
okay,
end
so I
of
get those
those,
lessons. That's pretty neat. I like that.
I know. And at the end of those 45 lessons, Joe, you're going to be
Mhm.
smarter than 90% of the people in cryptocurrency today. How cool is that?
Hey, that's really cool. I like that a
Well,
lot.
I know. And I haven't even told you the best part yet. The
What's
best
that?
part is that it doesn't stop with those 45 lessons. The education is going to continue to go on for as long as you and CryptoGeneX have a relationship. So you're going to get new information and changing information monthly.
Wow, that's cool. With just
Hmm.
one click, you can enter the Bitcoin age.
Absolutely. And it's only going to cost $250. And I say
Cool.
only because I got to tell you, if you didn't just realize that's 45 lessons back there, boys and girls. All
Yeah.
right. That's a lot of information. Number
Hmm.
one. Number two, you couldn't go to college and learn the same thing for $250. Number three, okay, the education is going to continue to go on after you take those 45 lessons. Now, the best part about that is KryptoGeneX is going to let you know when things change. That is pretty cool. But Joe,
That's really
here's
cool.
what you really like. You
What?
like to earn while you learn. You like to apply what you're learning in your real world, right?
Well, of course. What'd you say? Earn what you learn.
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's pretty cool. Tell me about that, Kris.
Well, we have this thing called a crypto promoter, and
Okay.
for $50 additional yearly in BTC, you can promote this business and you can earn while you learn.
Hey, that's pretty, all right. Huh.
Mm-hmm. So, Joe, here's something really cool. And a lot of people don't realize this, but what they're looking at right now is the future. And what I mean by that is all of our control panels are soon to look just like this when you send someone to it. Now, there's a couple things I want to point out here. First of all,
Okay.
you know you're on the KGX website because it obviously says right there. You're also going to know, or your person is going to know, that they're on the right site because it says welcome from, like mine says, welcome from Krypto Kris.
Wait,
Okay?
mine would say welcome from Krypto Joe?
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
That is cool. Now, some other things they're going to learn on this page, and I call it the control panel. It's actually a landing page for your website, is a little bit about KryptoGeneX. They're going to learn a little bit about the online education. But the biggest thing they're going to learn is that KGX, KryptoGeneX, is definitely out to teach the world about KryptoGeneX. Okay. And the reason is if you look at the right bottom corner, you'll see that the presentations are available in over 30 languages already.
That's great, Kris. What else you got for me, bud?
Well, I want to tell you why that's so important, Joe. You know, most companies, when they want to add a language, they just go to Google Translator and they spit it in there and it spits it out. And there you go. You get what you get, right? But KryptoGeneX said, no, that's not how you teach the world about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. If you want to teach the world about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, you got to hire 60 translators. And those 60 translators have to translate all this information. And not only do they have to translate it in that language, but they need to be talking in the dialect that is native to those folks so that nothing gets lost in the translation. That's pretty cool, right? I'd say they're pretty serious.
Yeah, that's
So,
a nice thing to do.
Absolutely. So, Joe, remember I told you that you could earn while you learn.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Here at KryptoGeneX, we have 4 different ways that you can earn while you learn. I'm going to tell you about them. We have a direct referral bonus, or a DRB. We have a customer acquisition bonus, or CAB. We have the Kryptonary and the Kryptonary matching bonus. And I know you're scratching your head wondering what the Kryptonary is. We made that word up.
Yeah. What is that?
I'll tell you about that in just a second. Let's
Okay.
knock these first 2 out first, okay? Your direct referral bonus and your customer acquisition bonus, from the time you sign up, brother, you're qualified. So you knock those 2 right out the park right from signing up, okay?
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah. So now let's talk about that Kryptonary thing. Because
Yeah,
I know
that's a funny word, man.
it is, right? So, Joe, I want you to put both hands up, and I want you to put your index finger up on each hand. So you got one on the right and one on the left, okay?
Got it. Got it.
All right. Now, what you've just done is you've just found you 2 CEOs of their very own business, and you sponsored them in their very own business, and you got one on the right, one on the left,
Yeah.
and that creates your Kryptonary. So you're building 2 teams, and you're qualified for life.
Wow. Okay. So okay. I like that.
Yeah,
What else you
no.
got?
Well,
Just
Joe,
the 1 and 2. Okay.
Yeah, 1 and 1. Right.
So
Exactly.
qualified for life. Okay. It's kind of like we're married or something.
Yes. Don't forget that anniversary present, brother.
Oh, that's the $50 admin fee, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I got that.
So, Joe, you would think because the Kryptonary matching bonus is at the bottom of this list that there's probably a whole lot of other things you got to do to qualify for that, right?
Yeah, I'm sure there are.
No, sir. Absolutely not. KryptoGeneX decided they wanted to keep this fun and easy. So when you qualify for the Kryptonary, you automatically qualify for the matching bonuses as well.
So just the 1 and 1. Okay. What's this?
Well, Joe, do you like $100 bills?
Well, of course I like $100 bills, Kris.
Well, let's talk about getting some, okay?
Yeah, okay.
KryptoGeneX is going to give you a $100 bill or a direct referral bonus, which is 40%, every single time you introduce this business, this education platform, to someone who buys the program for $250. That's pretty awesome, right?
That's great.
Well, guess what? Don't get too excited because they're not going to send you a $100 bill. They're not going to write you a check. What they are going to do is going to pay you in Bitcoin. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's how I can earn while I learn, Kris.
Absolutely, brother.
Hey, all
Now,
right.
Joe, we've got something else that's really cool at KryptoGeneX, and we call it the Sell 3 and It's Free program.
Okay.
Remember, you decided you
Free?
wanted to be a crypto promoter because, like me, you can't keep your mouth shut, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So you paid $300 to get into this program. Now, when you share this program with 3 individuals that get the education program and or the Kryptonary program, guess what's going to happen?
What?
You're going to get $300, one for each person.
Okay. So wait a second, but it's only going to cost $300.
Exactly. And that's your
Oh,
only
so 3 and it's free.
Absolutely. That's called ROI, brother.
Now, what's ROI mean?
Return on investment.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Ah, hey, I like this. So, okay, cool.
Well, let me throw some more money at you, bro.
Okay.
KryptoGeneX is just throwing money at you everywhere you go. So we have these things called CAB bonuses or customer acquisition bonuses. And KryptoGeneX, when they sat down at their conference table and they put their heads together and said, we're going to build this company, they all had a light bulb go off over their head. And they realized that they had to model their business after one thing that's really, 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 really obvious for this big company called Walmart. Do you know what that one thing is, bro?
No, not really.
Well, I'm going to share it with you. Yeah, exactly. People, customers. So, bro, what they did was they realized that in order to stay in business for long term, they needed customers. So every time you and I share this program with someone that does not want to be a crypto promoter, they just want to get the education, they're considered a customer. And the company gives us an extra $25 bonus. How cool is that?
Hey, that's cool.
That is
all right.
pretty cool.
That really is.
Joe, for every 10 customers, you're going to get an additional $250 bonus.
Wait, yeah, 10 customers, $25, $250. I get it.
No, Joe. That's an extra $250 bonus. You know what I call that?
Wait, on top of the $250 I already made?
Yes, sir.
That's like $500.
Absolutely. You know what I call that, bro?
What?
I call that date night.
I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Kris, what's this big old 2 on this screen?
Well, remember we were talking about the Kryptonary earlier, right?
Yeah, that weirdo word you made up or whatever.
Yeah. Well, actually, one of the core 5 made it up, but you know, at the end of the day, all that matters is that we need to know what it is, and it is building one team on the right, one team on the left, with a CEO at the top of each team. You personally sponsored, and you're qualified for life. Now, the reason this is so important is because in most businesses, Joe, anytime that you want to make more money, you got to add another team, and then you got to manage that team, and then you got to groom that team. Guess what?
I only have to build 2 teams.
I only got to build 2 teams. I told you, KryptoGeneX wanted to keep this fun and easy.
Kris, this finger thing works.
Yeah, the finger thing does work, bro. So here we are on the Kryptonary, and I want to make sure that it's crystal clear for you. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about something called auto placement. Now, in most companies, Joe, they call this spillover. You heard that word before?
Kind of.
Okay. Well, let me tell you a little something about spillover. Most companies will brag about spillover and brag about what it will do for your business. And in reality, in all the businesses that I've ever been in, I've never once been financially rewarded for spillover. Yeah, I saw some people, but they didn't make a hill of beans to me. So KryptoGeneX decided they were going to do things completely different. They weren't going to do spillover. They were going to do auto placement. And this is how it works. This is you at the top, bro. Okay. And you and I have been working pretty good, and you've been busy, and you put some people in on your right team. Okay. Now, you've been talking to a lot of people, and one pops. And that's going to be this green guy down on the bottom with the arrow pointing to him.
Okay. I see that.
His name is Jeremy. The person right above Jeremy is going to be Pam. Okay. Now, this is what's going to happen. Jeremy's going to get back with you, or you're going to get back with Jeremy, and you're going to decide that he wants to be in this business. So he comes on board. Well, when he comes on board, the computer system is going to automatically place him, even though you sponsor him, under Pam in Pam's direct business. How cool is that?
That's cool, man. Okay.
Well,
I see.
It's really cool. Are you sitting down?
Yeah, I'm sitting down.
Okay, perfect. So when Jeremy comes in, this is what's going to happen. Pam is going to get credit for Jeremy, and everybody in the team is going to get 1 point. Remember those points, they add up.
Yeah, they add up to 3 of them. Yeah.
Now, what you're going to do as a leader is you're going to call Pam and you're going to say, hey, Pam, I just put Jeremy in your team and he is a rock star. He knocks everything out of the park. He's a huge promoter, and I think he's going to make an excellent team member for you. Hang on a second. And you're going to put her on hold, and you're going to call Jeremy, and you're going to introduce Jeremy to Pam. And at that point, you're going to give them about 2 minutes, 3 at the most, to kind of introduce each other and exchange information, at which point you're going to say, hey, guys, I got to get off here because I'm busy building team. But what I want you guys to do is get together and devise a plan. Now,
that's cool.
This is going to motivate your entire team, brother, because Pam's going to be excited. Okay? Yeah. Pam's going to be excited. So is Jeremy. Jeremy's going to be excited. So is everybody else in the team because they just got a point. Do you see how we're creating a movement here?
Yeah, I see that, Kris.
Absolutely. So let me talk to you about something right quick, buddy. I want to talk to you about this thing called a fork.
Okay.
I'm not talking about the kind you eat with.
Okay? Yeah, I don't know what this one is, buddy. You're going to have to help me with this.
I'm going to help you with it. So in our industry, the crypto industry, there's these things called forks. And anytime that something forks, what it does for you is it puts you in a better position. Example, when Bitcoin forked, it created something called Bitcoin Cash. If you had Bitcoin stored in an offline wallet, then you got the same amount of credit coins for whatever you had in Bitcoin, which is kind of cool. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1 deal. You understand?
Oh, so it splits basically.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
So this is what our Kryptonary looks like.
Okay.
Remember we talked about those points. And remember I told you that in order for you to collect that $25 bonus, you got to have 1 from one team and 2 from another, right?
Yeah, if they're my 2 CEOs. Yeah.
Correct. So every time that you can go 1, 2, 3, you're going to collect a $25 bonus. But something magic happened Friday.
What was that?
Well, the Kryptonary forked. And guess what happened?
It split.
It split. And guess what? It doubled your money, bro. So what's actually happening is we're calling it the fork promotion. And till the end of June, what's going to happen is for every 3 sales, if you have a personally paid sale in your business, that means you personally sponsored someone and or someone that you sponsored buys a mining rig, you qualify, and by qualifying, you get double the point money.
Okay, Kris, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Okay, I'm brand new, and I'm just getting my right qualifier and my left qualifier, my 2 CEOs, okay? And then I put another person under my right side. So I have 2 on one side, 1 on the other. 1/3, 2/3, right?
Yes, sir.
Am I figuring this out the right way? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, instead of getting 3 points and $25 for that, I'm going to get same 3 points, but I'm going to get $50?
Yes, sir. Through the end of June.
Seriously?
Yes, sir. As long as you made all 3 of those sales in 1 week.
But Kris, I just started out with the company.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that beautiful?
Man, that's cool. What else you got?
Well, let me make sure that you completely understand, okay? So here's your Kryptonary, and you're at the top, and you got Pam on the right, you got Jeremy on the left, okay? Pam comes in, she's a promoter, you got paid $100. Jeremy comes in, he's going to be a customer, you got paid $100, plus instead of getting $25, you're going to put in this third person over here under Pam, and when you do 1, 2, 3, and it kicks out $50. Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
All right. Perfect, bro. Perfect. Now, what's real important here is that you understand that this money adds up really, really quickly. Okay. So remember, we started working on your team on the right-hand side. We did pretty good. Okay. And some of those people got busy and it just kind of took off by itself. So when it took off by itself, we moved over here to the left and we started working again. Here's an example of the kind of money that you could expect. Now, remember, Jeremy's your first guy on the top, and you got $150 for him because, remember, you had a personal qualifier that week. So you got paid $150 for Jeremy. Now, the next guy comes in, and he's a promoter, okay? But something magic happens right here, Joe. Look, this guy is going to mate up with 2 from the other side. 1, 2, 3, bam, there's $50.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the example.
3 points.
Yes, sir. 3 points.
Oh, and those 2 people are already over there. So I'm just throwing 1 in and getting 3.
Absolutely.
That's the 1/3, 2/3.
1/3, 2/3. Exactly.
I get it.
Joe, this is real important because when we forked this past Friday, it was double magic. It was quadruple magic, actually.
Quadruple magic? What do you mean, Chris?
Because for every pay step, pay step is 3 points. So for every pay step that was supposed to pay $25, that pay step paid $100.
Wait, why? What do you mean?
Because, see, what happened was KryptoGeneX had to get our system up and running and see kind of where it was going to settle. They had to kind of figure out where the money was. And there's this thing called breakage. And usually what happens in companies, Joe, is the companies are out for themselves. So when there's something called breakage, that money just goes to the company. Well, what KryptoGeneX decided to do was they decided to take the breakage and fish it all back down through the team. How cool was that?
Man, that's really cool. So let me get this straight. Now I'm going to give you a scenario here. I'm brand new. I got my 2 CEOs, my right qualifier and my left qualifier. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I put 1 more person in, my 3rd person in on my right side. So I've got 1 on one side, 2 on the other, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now that's going to make me, now they all want to be promoters too, because they all want to figure all this out. So I've got $300 there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I also, for those 3, now I get 1 point apiece, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I made another $50?
No, sir. You made $100.
Oh yeah, it's 100. Wait, so it's not 25, it's not 50. They just pay, they're going to pay me another 100?
They did last week. Yes, sir. Now
that is awesome, Chris.
I know, right?
I like that.
What's important about this, Joe, is this right here, okay? Notice that on the past slides, we said 50, not 100, okay?
Right.
The reason that we say that is because we don't know what the volume is going to be week to week. And so if we tell you 100 and we can only pay 90, you're going to be mad, okay?
Well, yeah, probably.
If we tell you 50 and we can pay 100, you're going to be glad, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah.
So now you see how that works. So this is really cool too, brother, because in KryptoGeneX, we have something called the matching bonus, okay? And what it is if you know that one network marketer, and you know one, tell me you do.
I do. Yeah, my buddy Josh. He does, man, he sells those protein shakes.
Yeah.
And he makes all kinds of money, man. He really does.
He absolutely does. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring Josh in, and then everything that Josh does, you're going to make 10% on Josh.
Wait, this guy makes all kinds of money.
Absolutely.
I'm going to get 10% of everything he does?
Yes, sir.
That's incredible.
Here's the real kick in the pants for that. You ready?
I'm ready.
As long as you have a qualifying sale in that week, okay?
Okay.
Not only are your points going to double to $50 from 25. So 3 points is now $50, okay? Because that's the promotion.
Right.
This 10% is going to go to 20%.
What?
Yes, sir. It's going to double.
Wait, I'm going to make 20% of what's made below me?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I know, right?
Man, that's incredible, Chris.
Joe, there's always
what's this bad news, buddy?
There's always a little bad news, brother. And most companies, they hide it from you. They put it in a pillowcase and they slam it under the mattress, and then they cover that thing up with boulders and dirt and try to hide it and make sure that you don't see it. KryptoGeneX doesn't do that. What they do is they throw that bad news right in the middle of the presentation. So this is it. We have a $50,000 cap, buddy.
Okay. What is that, like a year?
No, sir. It's not a year.
Well, I mean, 2 years?
No, sir. That's a week.
Oh, 50,000 a week?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine, Chris. I can deal with that. That's fine.
Well,
we can work with that, buddy.
The core five kind of got a little bit ticked at the lawyers when they said that, because they felt like that was kind of like offering people cake with no icing. So this is what they did to put the icing back on the cake. They said that when you, Joe, reach that $50,000 cap for 2 weeks consecutively, then they're going to give you a second position over your larger team. And then all you have to do is go back in and fill that missing leg in. And you get the opportunity to max that team out at $50,000 a week as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
That's cool. So
right back
wait, I only have to build, I don't have to get 2 more CEOs, just 1 more.
Correct.
Okay, cool. I got that. Okay.
It's easier to eat with icing, brother.
All right. With just 1 click, you can change your life.
Absolutely. So our lawyers would like for us to make sure that you get this information. So I'm going to read it word for word, and that'll make our lawyers very happy. So stick with me for just a second. Our new opportunity with minimal data. This is the KryptoGeneX compensation plan. It's an exciting opportunity that rewards you for selling products and services, for sponsoring other participants who might do the same. Although the opportunity is unlimited, individual results will vary depending on commitment levels and sales skills of each participant. Now, since KryptoGeneX has recently launched, it lacks enough statistical data to prepare reliable income disclosures. Based on the industry standards and the company projections, the average annual gross income for affiliates is projected to be somewhere between $250 and $2,000. There will certainly be participants who will earn less, while others will earn much more. No income claims allowed. If any income projections were presented to you prior to enrollment, such projections are not necessarily representative of the income, if any, that you can or will earn through the participation in this compensation plan. These income projections should not be considered as guarantees or projections for your actual earnings or profits. Your success depends on you. We're excited about the KryptoGeneX compensation plan, and we're confident that it will provide you a solid foundation to help you achieve your financial goals. Now, the most important sentence on this slide is this last sentence. And Joe, would you do the honors, please, sir?
I sure will. Your success with KryptoGeneX results only from hard work, dedication, belief, passion, commitment, persistence, leadership, and luck. A lot of luck. That's the best saying in there, everybody.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're so glad that you took time out of your day to come and get this information. What we'd like to do now is welcome you to go back to the person who invited you here, get all of your questions answered. If they're unable to answer your questions, please encourage them to reach out to the Pinnacle Leadership and or the Core 5 so that we can help you get those answered and get you started as quickly as possible. I would also like to note here before we leave that we recently brought on something called green mining, and we have that available. That's a completely different presentation, and we'll be glad to get that presentation to you and all the information. What I would like to do very quickly is give you just a few bullet points. 1, we call it green mining because 40% of the energy is solar. We also call it green mining because one of the rigs is capable of mining a coin called Green X. Number 3, you're capable of mining 4 different coins with these green miners: Bitcoin, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Cash, and Green X. Additionally, we have a facility in Utah where these will be housed, maintenance taken care of, and warranted for 2 years. I would recommend, if you've been interested in mining, that you get back with your sponsor or the person who told you about this as soon as possible. I would like to end with one final note. You must be part of KryptoGeneX in order to participate in the mining program. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day and look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you.